What if I told you that everything you know about Earth is wrong, that beneath our feet, hundreds of miles down, lies another world more advanced than our own? Ancient myths speak of them. Tibetan monks guard their secrets. Explorers like Admiral Byrd encountered them. They're called the Aghartans, a civilization living in vast, crystalline cities deep within the Earth's crust. With technology beyond our imagination, lifespans stretching centuries, and wisdom from before recorded history, why are they hiding? And why is the existence of this inner Earth being kept from us? Today, we go deep, deeper than science allows, into one of the most forbidden legends of all time. This isn't fantasy. This is a mystery that connects ancient texts, modern conspiracies, and testimonies that cannot be ignored. For centuries, human beings have looked to the stars and the depths of the oceans to search for mysteries beyond our understanding. But there is one place much closer to home that has captivated the minds of adventurers, scholars, and spiritual seekers alike: the vast, unseen realms beneath our feet. Deep within the Earth, some claim, lies an entire civilization, an ancient and highly advanced society known as the Aghartans, who dwell in secret underground cities hidden from the world above. The concept of hidden civilizations is not new. Throughout history, many cultures have passed down stories of subterranean worlds and mysterious beings living below the surface. But perhaps no legend is as compelling as that of the Aghartans. According to myth, these beings have thrived for thousands of years in the depths of the Earth, developing technologies and wisdom far beyond our own. They are said to possess knowledge of healing, energy manipulation, and spiritual enlightenment, and their cities are rumored to be as advanced as any in the world above. But where did the myth of the Aghartans come from? What are the origins of this mysterious inner Earth civilization, and what evidence, if any, supports its existence? In this script, we will explore the legend of the Aghartans, examining the ancient texts, cultural beliefs, and modern-day theories that have kept the myth alive for so long. Whether you are a skeptic or a believer, the story of the Aghartans offers a fascinating glimpse into humanity's deepest desire to explore the unknown. Origins of the Aghartan myth. The first mentions of the Aghartans appear in ancient texts from cultures across the globe. One of the earliest references to a hidden underground civilization comes from Tibetan Buddhism, which speaks of a mystical city called Shambhala. Located somewhere beneath the Earth's surface, Shambhala is said to be a utopian society where the most enlightened beings reside, untouched by the struggles and chaos of the surface world. Tibetan monks have long believed that Shambhala is not just a mythical city, but a real physical place that can only be accessed by those with the right spiritual insight. But what does the Aghartan myth have to do with Shambhala? Some scholars believe that the Aghartans and the people of Shambhala are one and the same, with both civilizations existing deep within the Earth's crust. Others argue that the story of Shambhala is merely a symbolic representation of spiritual enlightenment, not a physical location. Regardless of the interpretation, it is clear that the concept of an inner Earth civilization was deeply embedded in ancient Tibetan beliefs. Meanwhile, Western explorers in the 19th and 20th centuries also began to take an interest in the idea of hidden cities beneath the Earth. In the early 1900s, a Russian explorer named Nicholas Roerich set out on a journey to find Shambhala, believing that it held the key to humanity's spiritual evolution. Roerich's expeditions through the Himalayas were based on a combination of legend, intuition, and ancient texts, and while he never found the fabled city, his writings helped to cement the idea of hidden civilizations beneath the Earth in Western thought. As the idea of Shambhala began to gain popularity, another figure, the American mystic and writer Richard E, introduced the concept of the Deros in the 1940s. These beings were said to be malevolent, subterranean creatures that lived beneath the Earth, waging a silent war against humanity. Shaver's writings, which were published in the science fiction magazine Amazing Stories, painted a picture of a race of beings living in the hollow Earth, manipulating surface dwellers with their advanced technology. The Aghartan society and culture. The Aghartans are often depicted in various ancient texts and modern interpretations as beings of extraordinary wisdom and knowledge, with attributes that defy the typical understanding of human existence. According to some accounts, the Aghartans live in cities located deep beneath the Earth's crust, in a vast subterranean realm that stretches far beyond the surface of our world. These cities, shrouded in secrecy and inaccessible to the ordinary person, are said to be hubs of advanced technology, spiritual enlightenment, and interdimensional knowledge. A physical and spiritual transformation. Descriptions of the Aghartans often highlight their exceptional physical and spiritual qualities. Unlike surface dwellers, these beings are said to have evolved beyond the physical constraints of human beings, possessing long lifespans and superior intellects. In some accounts, they are described as being tall, ethereal, and luminous, with an otherworldly presence. Some even suggest that the Aghartans are not strictly human, but are a hybrid species, evolved from humans who adapted to life beneath the earth. Physically, the Aghartans are believed to have highly advanced biological traits. Some legends describe them as having an inner glow, with luminous skin that radiates an energy so intense that it can be perceived by the human eye. Their ability to manipulate energy is often highlighted in these accounts, where they are said to harness the power of the Earth itself, tapping into a source of energy deep within the planet. Mentally, the Aghartans are portrayed as beings of supreme intelligence. They are thought to have developed a level of cognition far beyond that of any modern human civilization, possessing profound scientific, mathematical, and spiritual understanding. Their wisdom is often considered to be the key to their long existence, as they are rumored to possess the knowledge of the universe and have unlocked the secrets of immortality. Spirituality plays a central role in Aghartan society. Their practices are said to combine elements of ancient Tibetan Buddhism, shamanic traditions, and esoteric mysticism. Central to their belief system is the idea of achieving enlightenment through inner peace and spiritual ascension. Many believe that the Aghartans have achieved a level of spiritual purity that allows them to transcend the need for physical sustenance, existing in a form of harmony with the earth and the cosmos itself. In their cities, it is said that the Aghartans live in perfect harmony with their environment. Their dwellings, which are often described as crystal palaces or gleaming cities, are built into the very rock and minerals of the earth. These cities are not only architectural marvels, but also reflect the Aghartans' ability to manipulate energy and materials in ways that are beyond current human understanding. A highly structured and advanced society. The societal structure of the Aghartans is often described as highly organized, with a clear system of governance, roles, and responsibilities. Unlike modern human societies, which are plagued by inequality, corruption, and conflict, the Aghartan society is said to be one of harmony and cooperation. Their government is believed to be a theocratic system where spiritual leaders hold the highest authority. These leaders are said to have a deep connection with the earth and the cosmos, providing guidance and wisdom to the people. The Aghartans are also rumored to possess advanced technologies that enable them to maintain their subterranean existence. These technologies are often described as both highly scientific and deeply spiritual. It is believed that the Aghartans have mastered methods of harnessing natural energies from within the earth, such as geothermal and electromagnetic energy, to power their cities and sustain their way of life. One of the most fascinating aspects of Aghartan technology is the alleged existence of energy conduits, channels through which they can draw and manipulate vast amounts of energy. These conduits are said to be part of a complex network that connects the various underground cities, allowing the Aghartans to share resources, knowledge, and even consciousness. These conduits are believed to function on principles of quantum energy and can be manipulated by the Aghartans to heal, create, or communicate over vast distances. Aghartan cities are also said to be highly advanced in terms of their medical knowledge. They are rumored to possess the ability to heal any illness or injury, using advanced techniques that combine technology and spiritual energy. Some accounts even suggest that the Aghartans have unlocked the secret to immortality, with individuals able to live for hundreds, if not thousands, of years. Their interaction with the surface world. While the Aghartans remain hidden from the surface world, there are numerous accounts of surface dwellers who claim to have encountered them. These interactions are said to take place through secret entrances to the underground cities, which are often hidden in remote and inaccessible locations. Some reports suggest that these entrances are located at the poles, particularly the North and South Poles, while others point to hidden caves in remote mountain ranges like the Himalayas and the Andes. The Aghartans are often described as being highly selective about who they interact with. According to some legends, only those with pure hearts or deep spiritual awareness are allowed to enter their cities and receive their wisdom. Others claim that the Aghartans have selectively communicated with certain individuals, passing on knowledge that has helped advance human civilization in subtle ways. Some of the most famous figures associated with encounters with the Aghartans include explorers and adventurers such as Admiral Richard E. Byrd, who led expeditions to Antarctica in the 1940s. Byrd's journals, which were later released to the public, contain references to strange encounters with beings who were described as being similar to the Aghartans. According to some conspiracy theorists, Byrd's expeditions uncovered hidden underground cities in Antarctica, which were inhabited by the Aghartans or other advanced civilizations. However, these claims remain highly controversial, and many historians dismiss them as fabrications or misinterpretations. In addition to Byrd, there have been numerous other accounts of explorers who have sought the hidden realms of the Aghartans. These explorers often claim to have found mysterious caves, tunnels, or ancient ruins that seem to lead deep into the earth, but their expeditions often end without conclusive evidence. Despite this, the myth of the Aghartans persists, fueled by the belief that there are forces at play that prevent humanity from fully uncovering the truth. The Aghartan civilization, whether one sees it as myth or reality, represents humanity's deep-seated desire to explore the unknown and uncover hidden knowledge. Through their alleged advanced society, mastery of energy, and spiritual enlightenment, the Aghartans embody the mystery of the Earth's hidden depths and our unending quest for higher understanding. But as we will see in the following chapters, the search for the Aghartans continues to inspire debates, theories, and exploration, propelling us further into the heart of one of the most enduring and enigmatic myths of our time, the Aghartans and their contact with the surface world. The Aghartans, as mysterious and elusive as they are not entirely cut off from the surface world. According to numerous accounts, there have been several instances throughout history where these inner Earth dwellers have supposedly made contact with those who live above ground. These encounters, whether they are spiritual, physical, or technological in nature, remain shrouded in secrecy, but they have fascinated explorers, mystics, and conspiracy theorists alike. From ancient legends to modern-day claims of secret societies, the stories of the Aghartans' interactions with the surface world continue to provoke curiosity and speculation. The search for Agharta, famous explorers and expeditions. One of the most famous and enduring accounts of the Aghartans' contact with surface dwellers comes from the legendary American Admiral Richard E. Byrd. During his expeditions to Antarctica in the 1940s, Byrd reportedly discovered a vast, unexplored region within the polar region that was rich in resources and potentially home to a hidden civilization. In Byrd's journals, which were released to the public in the 1970s, he described encountering a mysterious force that repelled his exploration team, preventing them from entering deeper parts of the Antarctic. According to some conspiracy theorists, Byrd's expeditions may have stumbled upon the entrance to Agharta, hidden beneath the thick ice of the South Pole. These accounts suggest that the Aghartans, or an advanced civilization, was living beneath the ice, their presence hidden from the rest of the world. But it wasn't just Admiral Byrd who sought to uncover the truth about the Aghartans. Various explorers have set out over the centuries to locate hidden entrances to subterranean worlds. Some claimed to have found caves or tunnels leading deep beneath the Earth's surface, though many of these expeditions ended in failure, with no concrete evidence ever being discovered. These accounts are often dismissed by mainstream historians and scientists as fantastical, but they have contributed to the enduring legend of the Aghartans. Encounters with ancient civilizations and secret societies. In addition to modern explorers, the Aghartans are often tied to ancient civilizations and secret societies that were said to have direct contact with the hidden cities beneath the earth. According to some scholars and mystics, the Aghartans have communicated with various groups throughout history, passing on knowledge and wisdom to select individuals or secret societies. The most notable of these societies is the Theosophical Society, founded in the late 19th century by Helena Blavatsky. Blavatsky, a Russian occultist and spiritualist, claimed to have had direct contact with beings from Agharta. She believed that these beings were highly enlightened and were guiding humanity's spiritual evolution from their hidden cities in the earth. In her writings, Blavatsky described the Aghartans as possessing a deep understanding of the cosmos, ancient technologies, and the ability to manipulate energy. She suggested that these beings were not only hiding from the surface world, but were also working to keep the knowledge of their existence concealed in order to prevent the surface world from misusing their wisdom. The idea of secret societies working in conjunction with the Aghartans has persisted into the modern era, with many conspiracy theorists pointing to groups like the Freemasons, the Illuminati, and the Rosicrucians as being involved in some sort of covert relationship with the subterranean civilization. According to some, these secret societies have long been aware of the existence of Agharta and have been working to preserve the mystery, either to protect humanity from their advanced knowledge or to benefit from the wisdom they impart. These beliefs are not limited to the Western world. In various Eastern cultures, there are stories of hidden cities and wise beings who reside beneath the earth. In Hindu and Buddhist traditions, for example, there are references to beings known as the Nagas, who are said to live in vast subterranean cities. The Nagas, like the Aghartans, are often depicted as possessing great wisdom, spiritual power, and a deep connection to the earth. While the Nagas are sometimes depicted as serpent-like beings, their role in the mythology of the East is quite similar to that of the Aghartans in Western thought, guardians of ancient knowledge hidden beneath the earth. Modern claims and the continued search for Agharta. In recent years, the search for Agharta has continued to capture the public imagination. While mainstream science has largely rejected the idea of a hollow earth and subterranean civilizations, there are still those who are determined to find evidence of these hidden cities. Adventurers, independent researchers, and conspiracy theorists alike continue to scour the earth in search of clues that might lead to the discovery of Agharta. One of the most famous modern-day proponents of the Aghartan myth is the American author and researcher David Icke. Icke has spent years writing and speaking about the possibility of a hidden underground civilization, which he believes is in contact with extraterrestrial beings. In his books and lectures, Icke claims that the Aghartans, along with other advanced beings, are guiding humanity through a spiritual awakening, and that they are working to assist in the development of human consciousness. He suggests that the Aghartans possess technologies and knowledge far beyond our own, and that they are subtly influencing events on the surface to help humanity evolve. While Icke's theories are often met with skepticism, they have helped to keep the legend of Agharta alive in the public consciousness. He, along with other modern-day theorists, continues to push the idea that there is a hidden underground world, one that is actively engaged with the surface world, even if most people are unaware of it. His work has inspired a new generation of explorers and researchers to look for evidence of Agharta, often blending ancient legends with modern scientific inquiry. The polar regions, gateway to the inner earth. Among the most enduring theories about the Aghartans' connection to the surface world is the belief that the polar regions, both the North and South Poles, hold the key to accessing the hidden civilizations beneath the earth. This theory gained traction after the release of Admiral Byrd's journals, which contained references to strange phenomena in the polar regions, as well as the possibility of secret entrances to an inner world. While mainstream scientists maintain that the Earth's crust is solid and impenetrable, many alternative researchers argue that there are massive, undiscovered openings in the polar regions, leading to the hollow spaces within the Earth. According to this theory, these openings are shielded from public view by governments and secret organizations who are either protecting the Aghartans or trying to prevent the public from discovering the truth. Some expeditions to the poles have reported strange occurrences, unexplained electromagnetic anomalies, unusual weather patterns, and even sightings of mysterious lights or objects in the sky. These reports, though anecdotal, have only fueled the belief that the polar regions are hiding something much larger than we can imagine: the entrance to Agharta itself. The idea that the Aghartans have made contact with the surface world is a fascinating and complex one. Whether through ancient civilizations, secret societies, or modern-day claims of hidden entrances in the polar regions, the story of the Aghartans' interactions with humanity is rich with mystery and intrigue. While concrete evidence remains elusive, the continued exploration of these ideas and the persistence of the legend only add to the enduring appeal of the myth. As we look toward the future, it seems likely that the search for Agharta, whether for knowledge, power, or spiritual enlightenment, will continue to inspire both believers and skeptics alike. Theories behind Agharta's existence. The notion of an inner Earth, teeming with life and civilization, is a captivating idea, but one that challenges the conventional understanding of the planet's structure. While myths, legends, and anecdotal evidence persist, the scientific community remains largely skeptical about the possibility of a hollow Earth, let alone the existence of civilizations like the Aghartans residing within it. In this chapter, we will examine the scientific theories that pertain to the concept of Agharta, exploring both the geological understanding of the Earth's structure and alternative ideas that might support the possibility of hidden worlds beneath our feet. The Hollow Earth Theory, Origins and Development. The Hollow Earth theory, which posits that the Earth is either completely hollow or contains vast subterranean chambers, has been around for centuries. This idea was popularized in the 17th and 18th centuries by thinkers such as Edmund Halley, the British astronomer who proposed that the Earth might be composed of concentric spheres, each with its own atmosphere and possibly inhabited by life. Halley's hypothesis was based on his observations of the Earth's magnetic field and an unexplained anomaly in the aurora borealis, which he thought might be caused by the interaction of different layers within the planet. Though Halley's theory was later disproven by advancements in geology, the hollow Earth concept persisted in popular culture. In the 19th century, the American writer Edgar Allan Poe embraced this idea in his short story, The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket, in which the protagonist discovers a hidden land inside the Earth. This imaginative work helped to popularize the idea of secret civilizations living beneath the surface. In the 20th century, the Hollow Earth theory gained traction again, particularly among conspiracy theorists and alternative researchers. Proponents of the theory suggest that large regions of the Earth's interior could be hollow and that these spaces are connected by an intricate system of tunnels or energy conduits. Some of these theorists even claim that the Aghartans reside in these hollow regions, living in cities of unparalleled sophistication and mystery. Geological objections, the Earth's structure. While the hollow Earth theory is alluring, modern geology presents significant challenges to its validity. According to the scientific understanding of the Earth's internal structure, the planet is composed of multiple layers: the crust, the mantle, the outer core, and the inner core. Each of these layers is made up of materials with varying densities and properties, and they are solid, liquid, or semi-solid, depending on depth. The Earth's crust, where the surface world resides, is relatively thin compared to the mantle beneath it. The mantle itself is composed of solid rock, but it is also capable of flowing very slowly over long periods of time, which causes tectonic plates to shift. Below the mantle lies the outer core, which is composed of liquid iron and nickel, and at the very center is the solid inner core, made of iron and other metals. From this perspective, the idea of a hollow Earth is highly unlikely, as the layers below the crust are far too dense to support the existence of large hollow spaces. Seismic waves generated by earthquakes travel through the Earth and provide scientists with detailed information about its internal structure. These waves reveal no significant gaps or hollow regions, suggesting that the Earth's interior is solid, with a few exceptions such as magma chambers. However, alternative researchers and proponents of the Aghartan myth argue that the geological evidence we have is incomplete or purposely withheld. Some believe that government agencies and scientific bodies are aware of these hidden spaces, but are intentionally suppressing this information to prevent mass panic or to keep the discovery of advanced civilizations a secret. The concept of subterranean realms, other possible explanations. Despite the geological objections to a hollow Earth, there are alternative theories that could potentially explain the existence of subterranean civilizations. One such theory is the concept of vast underground chambers or cavern systems that exist within the Earth. These chambers could be large enough to house entire cities, although they would still exist within the Earth's solid structure rather than in a completely hollow cavity. In fact, underground caves and tunnels do exist on Earth, many of them sprawling across vast distances. Some of the largest and most famous cave systems include the Cave of the Crystals in Mexico, the Mammoth Cave system in the United States, and the Postojna Cave in Slovenia. These natural formations, while not home to civilizations, demonstrate that the Earth is full of vast, hidden spaces that could, in theory, provide a refuge for a secretive race of beings like the Aghartans. Proponents of the Aghartan myth also point to certain regions of the Earth, such as the polar regions and the Himalayas, where the existence of hidden tunnels or entrances to subterranean worlds is speculated. These places are often said to contain portals that lead to the inner Earth, allowing access to the fabled cities of the Aghartans. While mainstream science dismisses such ideas, many researchers have argued that there could be geological formations unknown to modern science that could accommodate large underground civilizations. For example, some caves are so deep and expansive that they remain unexplored. In fact, it's estimated that less than 10% of the world's caves have been explored by humans. The sheer size of these unexplored areas raises the possibility that entire ecosystems or civilizations could exist in hidden regions beneath the Earth's surface. Electromagnetic anomalies and their connection to the Aghartans. One of the most compelling aspects of the Aghartan myth is the suggestion that the inner Earth is home to advanced forms of energy that are not understood by current science. Electromagnetic anomalies are frequently cited by theorists as evidence of hidden civilizations beneath the surface. These anomalies, which include unusual magnetic fields, strange light patterns, and inexplicable energy disturbances, are often recorded in regions like the poles or other remote areas. Some believe that these electromagnetic disturbances are the result of technologies or energy sources used by the Aghartans, who are said to possess the ability to manipulate the Earth's natural energy. According to this theory, the Aghartans have unlocked the secrets of harnessing the Earth's electromagnetic fields, using them to power their underground cities, travel vast distances, and even communicate with surface dwellers. In this way, the Aghartans are not just advanced in terms of technology, but also in their understanding of the very forces that govern the universe. While these electromagnetic anomalies have been largely dismissed by mainstream science, alternative researchers suggest that these phenomena could be linked to a hidden civilization's use of natural energies that are invisible to our current scientific instruments. The role of ancient texts in supporting Agharta's existence. In addition to geological and electromagnetic theories, ancient texts play a crucial role in supporting the idea of Agharta. Texts from different cultures, such as Tibetan Buddhist scriptures, Hindu mythology, and even Sumerian and Egyptian accounts, contain references to hidden realms or subterranean civilizations. For example, the concept of Shambhala, a mystical city beneath the earth, is deeply embedded in Tibetan Buddhist thought, and some believe it is one and the same as Agharta. Other ancient texts, such as the Mahabharata and the Ramayana from Hindu mythology, contain references to Patala, the subterranean realm, and the Epic of Gilgamesh from Sumerian literature speaks of an underworld that may be connected to these hidden cities. These texts, though symbolic and often metaphysical in nature, have led many to speculate that they point to the existence of actual subterranean civilizations. The theories behind the existence of Agharta are as diverse as the cultures and individuals who have pondered them. While mainstream science dismisses the idea of a hollow earth, alternative theories, geological anomalies, and ancient texts continue to fuel the belief in hidden civilizations beneath the Earth's surface. Whether through underground chambers, advanced energy technologies, or a deep spiritual connection with the Earth itself, the mystery of Agharta persists. As we continue to explore the Earth's depths, the question remains: could there be, beneath our feet, a world completely unknown to us, a world of ancient beings, knowledge, and civilizations waiting to be discovered? Modern-day beliefs and search for Agharta. While the legend of Agharta has its roots in ancient texts, mysticism, and speculative theories, the concept of a hidden inner Earth civilization continues to capture the imagination of modern-day explorers, conspiracy theorists, and spiritual seekers. In this chapter, we will examine how the Aghartan myth has evolved in contemporary society, how it continues to inspire a diverse range of beliefs, and explore the efforts of modern-day adventurers who are attempting to locate Agharta and communicate with its inhabitants. The continued appeal of Agharta in modern times. In the 21st century, the myth of Agharta has found new life in both the mainstream media and alternative research communities. Books, documentaries, and movies have contributed to keeping the Aghartan legend alive, creating an enduring sense of mystery around the concept of a hidden world beneath the Earth's surface. One of the key reasons the myth continues to fascinate is the intersection of human curiosity about the unknown with a deep-seated desire for spiritual and technological enlightenment. Agharta, like other mythical civilizations such as Atlantis or Lemuria, represents the idea that ancient, advanced societies may have existed far beyond our historical records. These societies are often depicted as possessing profound knowledge of science, spirituality, and even immortality, concepts that continue to resonate with those who seek answers to life's greatest mysteries. Books like The Smoky God by Willis George Emerson, 1908, have become foundational texts for those interested in the concept of hollow earth and hidden civilizations. In the book, Emerson recounts a fictional but intriguing tale of a Norwegian explorer who journeys to the center of the earth and discovers a vibrant, advanced civilization. The book has been influential in perpetuating the idea of an inner earth, and many of the elements within it, such as the description of an advanced civilization, have been adopted by proponents of the Aghartan myth. The modern spiritual movement also continues to incorporate Agharta into its worldview. Many New Age spiritualists view Agharta not only as a physical location, but as a symbolic representation of the deeper realms of consciousness and spiritual awakening. In these interpretations, the Aghartans are seen as enlightened beings who possess knowledge and wisdom that can assist humanity in its spiritual evolution. This idea of hidden wisdom, waiting to be uncovered by those who are spiritually attuned, adds a mystical layer to the myth of Agharta and helps explain why the legend continues to intrigue people today. Conspiracy theories and the secret suppression of Agharta. One of the most pervasive modern beliefs about Agharta is the idea that its existence has been deliberately concealed by secret organizations or government entities. According to this theory, powerful groups, whether governments, secret societies, or even extraterrestrial organizations, are aware of Agharta and have actively suppressed information about its existence to maintain control over humanity. This belief is heavily influenced by the so-called Hollow Earth conspiracy theory, which posits that the true nature of the Earth's interior has been hidden from the public by a global conspiracy. Some conspiracy theorists claim that the Aghartans, or other advanced beings, are intentionally keeping their civilization hidden, either because they fear humanity's misuse of their advanced technology, or because they wish to preserve their peaceful, isolated existence. There are also those who believe that global powers, including governments, the United Nations, and influential corporations, are in direct contact with the Aghartans or other hidden civilizations, and have formed an alliance to benefit from the knowledge and technologies of these underground societies. According to these theories, world leaders are aware of the subterranean cities and have established secret agreements with the Aghartans, who supposedly assist in solving global crises like climate change, war, and economic instability. These conspiracy theories are largely unsupported by hard evidence, but they continue to capture the public's imagination. The belief that there are hidden, untapped sources of power and wisdom beneath the earth aligns with a larger cultural fascination with secret knowledge and unreported truths. It feeds into a deep-seated desire to believe that there are unseen forces at play in the world, shaping events beyond our understanding. The role of modern explorers, attempting to find Agharta. Despite the overwhelming skepticism of the scientific community, there are still individuals and groups today who are actively searching for Agharta or attempting to find evidence of its existence. Adventurers, researchers, and even some filmmakers have undertaken expeditions to remote regions, particularly the poles and the Himalayas, believing that these locations hold the key to uncovering the secret entrances to Agharta's hidden cities. One of the most notable modern-day explorers who championed the search for Agharta was the Swiss-German explorer Carl Unger. Unger believed that the polar regions, specifically Antarctica, contained the secret entry points to the inner Earth. In the 1930s, he led multiple expeditions to the Arctic and Antarctic regions in search of an entrance to the subterranean world, although his expeditions returned without any conclusive evidence. His theories, however, found resonance with later explorers, including the aforementioned Admiral Byrd. The search for Agharta has not been limited to the polar regions. Some explorers have concentrated their efforts in remote mountain ranges, particularly the Himalayas, which are rich in spiritual traditions that speak of hidden realms beneath the earth. These expeditions, although small in number, continue to spark interest among those who believe that there is something more to these ancient legends. While these modern-day expeditions are often described in the context of mystery and intrigue, most are unlikely to uncover conclusive proof of Agharta's existence. Still, the search continues, as the myth of Agharta remains alive and well in the hearts and minds of those who seek answers to the mysteries of the earth. Modern interpretations of Agharta, the myth as a metaphor. As much as the Aghartan myth is about the search for a physical civilization beneath the Earth's surface, it also functions as a metaphor for human potential, spiritual enlightenment, and the search for truth. Many modern-day theorists, writers, and spiritual leaders interpret Agharta as a symbolic realm, representing a higher level of consciousness or a transcendent understanding of the universe. In this view, the Aghartans are not simply a race of beings living in a hidden city, but rather a representation of the potential for human evolution, enlightenment, and spiritual ascension. The underground cities they inhabit are often seen as places of deep wisdom, where advanced spiritual and technological knowledge exists, waiting to be rediscovered by humanity. The journey to find Agharta becomes, in this interpretation, a journey inward, a spiritual quest to awaken the inner potential that lies dormant within every individual. This modern interpretation of Agharta has found its way into the world of popular culture, where it is often depicted as a secret society or hidden world that offers a glimpse into the future of humanity. Whether in science fiction films, novels, or New Age philosophy, the idea of Agharta continues to inspire those who seek answers to life's greatest mysteries and yearn for a higher understanding of the universe. The search continues. Is Agharta real or just a myth? The search for Agharta is far from over. While modern science remains largely unconvinced by the myth of a hollow earth or subterranean civilizations, the legend continues to inspire people to look beyond the surface of the earth, both literally and metaphorically. The allure of hidden knowledge, advanced technology, and spiritual enlightenment keeps the myth alive, as does humanity's enduring desire to discover what lies beyond the veil of the known world. Whether Agharta is a physical reality, a symbol of human potential, or simply a compelling myth, it continues to captivate the human imagination. The search for the hidden cities of the Aghartans may never lead to concrete proof, but the questions it raises about humanity's place in the universe and our desire for deeper knowledge will likely persist for generations to come. As the legend of Agharta continues to evolve in the modern era, it has become more than just a story of underground cities. It has become a symbol of humanity's quest for truth, enlightenment, and hidden wisdom. While the scientific evidence may not support the existence of Agharta, the ongoing search for it and the diverse beliefs surrounding its myth reflect a deeper yearning within humanity to explore the unknown. Whether real or imagined, Agharta speaks to the timeless desire to uncover the mysteries of our world and our own potential for growth and transformation. The impact of the Aghartans on popular culture. The Aghartan myth. with its tantalizing promise of hidden cities beneath the Earth's surface and advanced civilizations living in isolation, has profoundly influenced modern popular culture. Whether through literature, films, video games, or other forms of media, the idea of subterranean worlds and secret societies continues to captivate audiences. From early science fiction to contemporary depictions of hidden realms, the legend of the Aghartans has found its way into countless stories, shaping the way we think about both the Earth and humanity's potential for discovery. The influence of Agharta in science fiction and fantasy. One of the earliest and most significant influences of the Aghartan myth in popular culture can be traced to the genre of science fiction and fantasy. As early as the 19th century, writers like Edgar Allan Poe and Jules Verne began to explore the concept of hidden civilizations living beneath the Earth. In Journey to the Center of the Earth, 1864, Verne's tale of an expedition to the Earth's core presents the idea of an entire ecosystem hidden beneath the planet's surface, complete with underground seas, prehistoric creatures, and mysterious subterranean landscapes. Though Verne's novel doesn't directly reference the Aghartans, its portrayal of an unknown world beneath the Earth's surface undoubtedly helped shape later stories that would feature similar themes, including the Aghartan myth. Another major influence came from H.P. Lovecraft, whose Cthulhu mythos often dealt with the idea of ancient beings dwelling beneath the earth or in hidden dimensions. Lovecraft's portrayal of these beings, often known as the Old Ones, shares similarities with descriptions of the Aghartans, particularly in their otherworldly knowledge and their desire to remain hidden from humanity. The fascination with ancient hidden knowledge has become a recurring theme in both science fiction and horror, and the Aghartans fit neatly into this tradition of mysterious ancient beings. Agharta in movies and television. As cinema and television evolved in the 20th century, the concept of hidden underground worlds, much like Agharta, became a popular trope. Films such as The Hollow Earth, 2016, Journey to the Center of the Earth, 2008, and even King Kong, 1933, have all featured depictions of civilizations or creatures living deep beneath the Earth's surface. These films often draw on themes that echo the Aghartan myth, advanced societies, mystical beings, and hidden worlds that only the bravest explorers can hope to discover. In more recent films, the Aghartan myth continues to influence the portrayal of subterranean civilizations. The Matrix, 1999, though not directly related to Agharta, explores the idea of an alternate reality hidden beneath the surface of the world we know. The concept of a hidden world beneath our feet, a secret place that holds the truth about the nature of reality, resonates with the themes of the Aghartan legend. Similarly, films like The Descent, 2005, and The Fifth Wave, 2016, use underground settings to depict civilizations, creatures, or mysteries hidden from the surface world. Television has also embraced the theme of secret underground worlds. The hit series Stranger Things, 2016, features the Upside Down, a parallel dimension beneath the real world that holds strange and dangerous creatures. Though it doesn't directly reference Agharta, the show taps into the same cultural fascination with hidden realms that are out of sight from the ordinary world. The idea of secret dimensions and hidden worlds has become a key theme in modern science fiction, and the Aghartan myth has undoubtedly contributed to this cultural obsession. The Aghartan legacy in video games. In the world of video games, the Aghartan myth and the concept of inner Earth civilizations continue to play an influential role. Games like Tomb Raider, Uncharted, and the Elder Scrolls series feature underground realms filled with treasure, ancient knowledge, and hidden civilizations. These games, often centered around the exploration of lost cities or secret tombs, borrow heavily from the Aghartan myth, presenting players with the idea that there are worlds beneath our feet that hold great power and mystery. One of the most notable video games to feature an Aghartan-inspired narrative is The Secret World, 2012, a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, MMORPG, that delves into the mysteries of hidden societies, secret knowledge, and ancient civilizations. The game's plot revolves around a battle between secret factions that are aware of a hidden, mystical reality beneath the surface of the Earth. While not directly referencing Agharta, the game draws upon similar themes of hidden worlds and societies that exist outside of mainstream knowledge. The Assassin's Creed series 2007 also features hidden societies and ancient civilizations that have been forgotten by the world. The game's storylines explore secret underground locations and mysterious artifacts that hold the key to understanding the true history of the world. The search for hidden knowledge and the discovery of ancient civilizations beneath the surface mirrors the central themes of the Aghartan myth, making the game a modern take on the concept of an inner Earth civilization. Agharta in popular literature. The Aghartan myth has also influenced a wide range of popular literature. Authors like Michael Moorcock, Clive Barker, and Richard Shaver have drawn from the myth to craft stories of hidden civilizations beneath the earth. In Moorcock's The Dancers at the End of Time series, for example, the story involves an ancient, advanced civilization that lives beneath the earth, far removed from the surface world. In the works of Richard Shaver, particularly his Shaver Mysteries, the idea of the Aghartans and their subterranean existence becomes central. Shaver's stories, published in the 1940s, describe a race of beings living beneath the earth called the Daros, who are said to be in conflict with the surface-dwelling humans. These stories, presented as truth in the pages of Amazing Stories magazine, became hugely influential in the 20th century, feeding the public's fascination with hidden worlds and civilizations beneath the surface. Modern authors like David Icke and Darren Shan have continued to explore similar themes in their books, blending elements of the Aghartan myth with conspiracy theories, supernatural elements, and the search for hidden knowledge. These books resonate with a wide audience, many of whom are already familiar with the idea of Agharta through alternative research and conspiracy circles. The idea of a hidden, enlightened civilization waiting to reveal itself is a powerful narrative that continues to captivate readers. Agharta in spiritual and esoteric thought. Beyond popular media, the myth of Agharta has also found a place in the world of spiritual and esoteric thought. New Age thinkers, occultists, and spiritual practitioners have adopted the idea of Agharta as a symbol of the path to spiritual enlightenment. For many, Agharta represents the inner realms of consciousness, the journey inward to discover hidden truths about the self and the universe. The Aghartans, in this interpretation, are not just physical beings, but embodiments of higher knowledge, wisdom, and consciousness. The idea that Agharta exists as a spiritual realm has led to its incorporation into practices such as meditation, yoga, and energy healing. Some believe that by connecting with the Aghartans, they can gain access to universal wisdom and transformative power. Agharta, in this sense, has become more than just a myth. It has become a spiritual goal, a symbol of transcendence and higher consciousness. The Aghartan myth has undeniably left its mark on popular culture, spanning across literature, films, television, video games, and spiritual thought. Its themes of hidden civilizations, ancient wisdom, and subterranean realms continue to resonate with audiences worldwide. Whether portrayed as a mysterious, advanced society or a symbolic representation of higher consciousness, Agharta remains a powerful narrative that speaks to humanity's deepest desires for discovery, enlightenment, and understanding of the unknown. As we look toward the future, it is clear that the legend of Agharta will continue to influence storytelling and cultural imagination for years to come. The enduring mystery of Agharta, the legend of the Aghartans, an advanced civilization dwelling in hidden underground cities, remains one of the most compelling and mysterious myths of our time. Despite centuries of speculation, exploration, and intrigue, the question of whether Agharta exists or ever existed remains unanswered. However, what is undeniable is the enduring fascination with the concept of hidden civilizations, secret knowledge, and the unknown realms beneath the Earth's surface. Throughout this exploration of the Aghartan myth, we have seen how ancient legends, modern beliefs, and scientific theories intersect to form a complex and often contradictory narrative. From the first mentions of subterranean realms in Tibetan Buddhism and Hindu mythology to the theories of early scientists like Edmund Halley the idea of a hollow earth and inner civilizations has evolved over the centuries. In recent years, the myth of Agharta has gained a new life, inspiring adventurers, spiritual seekers, and conspiracy theorists to search for hidden worlds beneath our feet. Books, films, and video games have infused the myth with new layers of mystery and intrigue, while alternative researchers continue to delve into the depths of the earth, believing that they might one day uncover the truth. But despite these ongoing efforts, concrete evidence of Agharta's existence remains elusive. Mainstream science, with its understanding of the Earth's structure and geology, rejects the idea of a hollow Earth or subterranean civilizations. Yet, the myths persist, fueled by the belief that humanity may one day discover what lies beneath the surface, and by the allure of ancient wisdom and advanced technologies that might be hidden from the world. A mythic search for truth. At its core, the search for Agharta is about more than finding a physical location beneath the earth. It is a metaphor for humanity's quest for deeper knowledge, spiritual awakening, and the truth that lies beyond the surface of the world we know. The Aghartans, with their advanced technology, wisdom, and immortality, represent the pinnacle of human potential, a society that has transcended the limitations of the material world. Whether real or imagined, they embody the dream of a perfect, enlightened society where knowledge and peace reign supreme. For those who believe in Agharta, the myth is not just a story, but a guiding principle, a vision of what humanity might one day become. The Aghartans are seen not just as hidden beings, but as symbols of higher consciousness and a more harmonious way of living, one that is in tune with the earth and the cosmos. In this light, the search for Agharta is not just about physical exploration, but about exploring the depths of human potential and understanding. As we look to the future, it is clear that the mystery of Agharta will continue to captivate the human imagination. Whether through the scientific search for new discoveries, the spiritual quest for enlightenment, or the creative power of storytelling, the Aghartan myth remains a symbol of humanity's deepest yearnings. The legend invites us to explore the unknown, to question the boundaries of our world, and to seek answers to the mysteries that lie beneath the surface. The intersection of myth, science, and human curiosity. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Aghartan legend is the way it straddles the line between myth and science. While mainstream geology and physics dismiss the idea of a hollow earth, the persistence of the Aghartan myth highlights the human desire to challenge the boundaries of conventional knowledge. For centuries, humanity has looked to the skies and the stars, searching for signs of other civilizations. Yet, perhaps the greatest mystery lies not above us, but beneath our feet, in the hidden world that may or may not exist within the earth itself. The myth of Agharta is a reflection of humanity's ongoing quest to push the limits of what we know and to explore the unknown, whether through scientific inquiry, spiritual exploration, or mythological storytelling. The desire to uncover the hidden truths of our world is universal. The Aghartans, whether they exist or not, represent that drive to seek answers and to understand the deeper layers of reality. The pursuit of knowledge, whether it leads to the discovery of a subterranean civilization or not, is a journey that continues to shape the course of human history. The search continues. As we close this exploration of the Aghartan myth, it's important to recognize that the search for Agharta is more than just a quest for a lost civilization. It is a search for meaning, for truth, and for the possibility of something greater than ourselves. Whether Agharta is a physical place or a spiritual symbol, the legend encourages us to look beyond the surface and to embrace the mysteries of the unknown. The Aghartans, if they exist, may be waiting in the depths of the earth, holding the keys to advanced knowledge and wisdom. Or perhaps they are simply a metaphor, a symbol of our own inner potential and the possibility of transcending the limitations of the material world. In either case, the myth of Agharta endures, inspiring us to continue the search for answers, to seek out the unknown, and to explore the vast mysteries that lie beneath the surface of the earth. As long as humans are curious about what lies beyond the visible world, the legend of Agharta will continue to fuel our imaginations and inspire us to reach for the unknown. Whether it is a physical reality or a timeless myth, the idea of hidden realms beneath the earth reminds us of the boundless potential of the human spirit and the enduring quest for knowledge and enlightenment. The myth of Agharta is a powerful and enduring story that blends elements of science, spirituality, and myth. It speaks to humanity's deepest desires to explore the unknown, uncover hidden truths, and transcend the limits of our understanding. Whether rooted in ancient legends or modern-day conspiracy theories, Agharta continues to captivate the imagination, inspiring explorers, writers, filmmakers, and spiritual seekers alike. The mystery of Agharta, like many myths, invites us to look beyond what is immediately visible and to explore the deeper, unseen dimensions of reality. As we continue to search for truth, whether in the Earth's hidden depths or in the realms of the mind, the legend of Agharta will remain a powerful symbol of humanity's eternal curiosity and its drive to uncover the secrets of the world. The legacy of Agharta in the modern world. The enduring allure of the Aghartan myth speaks to something much deeper than the search for a hidden civilization beneath the Earth's surface. Whether grounded in ancient tales, modern-day conspiracy theories, or the speculative fiction that continues to captivate us, Agharta remains an enigmatic symbol of the mysteries we have yet to unravel. A timeless allegory for human exploration, the legend of Agharta may never be definitively proven or disproven, but in its ambiguity, it serves as a timeless allegory for human exploration and curiosity. It represents a boundary between the known and the unknown, a metaphorical frontier that we, as a species, are always striving to cross. From the literal depths of the Earth to the metaphorical depths of human consciousness, Agharta beckons us to look beyond the surface and discover what might lie hidden within. For centuries, humanity has been driven by the desire to understand what is beyond our immediate perception, whether it be the stars above, the hidden regions of our own planet, or the mysteries of the human soul. The search for Agharta is not just about discovering physical locations. It is a reflection of our innate drive to seek deeper truths, to uncover the unknown, and to search for meaning in places we cannot always see. Modern Aghartan beliefs, the power of myth in the 21st century. In the 21st century, Agharta continues to hold a magnetic pull as new generations of seekers discover the myth and reinterpret it in ways that align with their own experiences and quests for meaning. The rise of New Age spiritual practices, the resurgence of interest in esoteric traditions, and the increasing popularity of conspiracy theories have breathed new life into the legend of Agharta, ensuring its place in modern cultural dialogue. For some, the idea of a hidden world beneath the earth remains a literal belief. These modern-day followers, often seeking enlightenment, are drawn to the notion that Agharta could be a repository of untapped knowledge and wisdom, hidden away to protect humanity from its own potential for self-destruction. For others, Agharta represents a symbolic journey, a path to inner truth, spiritual ascension, and enlightenment. In spiritual circles, Agharta is often seen as a reflection of the process of personal transformation. Much like the stories of Shambhala or Atlantis, Agharta represents a utopian society where enlightenment, peace, and wisdom are attainable. The underground world of the Aghartans is viewed as a destination for those who have transcended material existence and have reached a higher state of consciousness. For those who view it through this lens, Agharta is not just a hidden civilization. It is a metaphor for the potential that lies within each person to reach their highest self. The potential impact of discovering Agharta. Should Agharta ever be discovered, the implications for humanity would be profound. If the civilization truly exists, it would represent an entirely new chapter in human history, one that would challenge everything we know about the Earth, our place in it, and the very nature of life itself. The discovery of such an advanced society would fundamentally alter our understanding of technology, energy, and perhaps even consciousness. At the very least, finding Agharta would spark a global conversation about the possibility of unknown civilizations still living on Earth, perhaps even living side by side with us, hidden from view. It would challenge our assumptions about what is possible, forcing us to reconsider our conceptions of the Earth's history, its hidden secrets, and the potential for human development. More likely, however, the discovery of Agharta would open up an entirely new realm of questions about how such a civilization could have evolved, what technological advancements they might possess, and how we might communicate and interact with them. Would Agharta's inhabitants be willing to share their knowledge? Or would they choose to remain hidden, preserving their way of life in isolation from the rest of humanity? And if they did share their wisdom, what could they teach us about energy, technology, and spiritual advancement? These questions would undoubtedly dominate the discourse of the scientific, philosophical, and political communities for decades. The evolution of the Aghartan myth, a source of inspiration for the future. Whether or not Agharta is ever physically discovered, the myth itself will continue to serve as a rich source of inspiration for future generations. As long as humanity continues to search for knowledge, understanding, and enlightenment, the idea of hidden worlds, whether literal or symbolic, will remain compelling. The Aghartan legend, in its many forms, will inspire stories of exploration, discovery, and human potential. It will encourage new generations to question what they know and to seek out the deeper truths that may be lying just beneath the surface. In many ways, Agharta represents the ever-expanding frontier of human imagination, a frontier that stretches beyond the earth and into the infinite possibilities of consciousness and discovery. The myth invites us to continue exploring, continue questioning, and continue searching for meaning, even in the most unlikely places. It reminds us that the journey is just as important as the destination, and that the search for truth is an endeavor that will never cease. The Aghartan myth, then, is more than just a story of an ancient underground civilization. It is a call to action for those who seek the mysteries of the world, both seen and unseen. Whether in the depths of the earth, the farthest reaches of space, or the uncharted territories of the human mind, Agharta invites us to look beyond what we know and imagine the possibilities that lie ahead. As we close this video on the Aghartans, the inner Earth civilization, it is clear that the myth of Agharta is not just a tale of hidden cities and advanced civilizations. It is a reflection of humanity's deepest aspirations to uncover the unknown, to transcend limitations, and to explore the infinite potential that exists within us all. The search for Agharta, whether literal or metaphorical, represents our eternal quest for knowledge, enlightenment, and the uncovering of truths that lie just beyond the visible world. The Aghartan legend is a testament to the power of myth to inspire and challenge us. Whether you believe in the physical reality of Agharta or see it as a symbol of inner growth, the myth continues to hold a profound place in our cultural imagination. And as long as we seek the unknown, the story of Agharta will continue to guide us on our journey of discovery. The legend of the Aghartans, the ancient enlightened civilization said to dwell within a vast subterranean realm, stands as one of humanity's most profound and persistent myths. It is a story woven from the threads of ancient mysticism, polar exploration fantasies, hollow earth speculation, and modern spiritual yearning. To conclude this investigation is not to arrive at a verdict of its physical truth, but to understand its immense symbolic power and why, despite all scientific refutation, it remains an indelible part of our collective imagination. The Aghartan myth endures, not because it can be found on a map, but because it maps a fundamental terrain of the human psyche. Our desire for a hidden sanctuary of wisdom, our suspicion that profound truths are concealed from us, and our hope that a perfected version of ourselves might already exist, waiting in the sacred dark beneath our feet. At its core, the Aghartan narrative is a powerful response to the anxieties and limitations of surface world existence. In the face of environmental degradation, political strife, and spiritual fragmentation, the idea of a harmonious inner Earth society offers a compelling counter-narrative. The Aghartans, as described, represent everything we feel we have lost or have yet to achieve: ecological balance, technological harmony with nature, freedom from scarcity and money, extended lifespans, and a society governed by spiritual wisdom rather than conflict. They are not merely neighbors in a hollow earth, they are the keepers of a lost blueprint for human civilization. This is why the myth resonates across cultures and epochs, from the Buddhist Shambhala and the Hindu Patala to the theories of modern mystics. It fulfills a deep-seated archetypal need for a hidden master or a secret school, a repository of ultimate knowledge that can be accessed only by the worthy, offering salvation from our own self-destructive path. The persistent linkage of Agharta to specific, inaccessible geographical points, the poles, the Himalayas, the Andes, is equally significant. These are the literal edges of the map, the final frontiers of terrestrial exploration. By placing the entrance to this utopia in Antarctica or beneath Mount Shasta, the myth declares that the greatest mysteries are not in distant galaxies, but intimately buried within our own planet, just beyond the reach of conventional access. This ties the quest for Agharta to the grand history of human exploration, framing it as the ultimate terrestrial discovery, one that is perpetually thwarted by natural barriers, or more intriguingly, by deliberate suppression. The accounts of figures like Admiral Byrd thus serve a crucial mythic function. They are the tantalizing almosts, the testimonies from credible authorities that suggest a truth too monumental to be publicly acknowledged, fueling the conspiracy that powerful forces guard the secret to maintain control over a humanity not yet ready for its transformative truth. Scientifically, the Aghartan myth collides irreconcilably with our understanding of planetary geology and physics. The solid, dynamic layers of the mantle and core, the behavior of seismic waves, and the immense heat and pressure at depth render the idea of vast, habitable cavern cities a physical impossibility. Yet, to focus solely on this rebuttal is to miss the point. The myth thrives not in the domain of empirical geophysics, but in the domains of metaphysics, psychology, and cultural critique. Its power is not diminished by its physical implausibility. Rather, its implausibility is precisely what makes it a potent symbol. Agharta exists in the mythic space, a realm where the logic of the psyche and the spirit takes precedence over the logic of matter. In this light, the modern evolution of the Aghartan narrative is particularly revealing. As it has been adopted by New Age spirituality, it has undergone a profound internalization. Agharta becomes less a physical location and more a metaphor for the inner earth of the unconscious mind, or the higher self. The journey to find the hidden cities transforms into a meditative or shamanic journey inward. The Aghartans themselves become archetypes of our own latent potential, representations of enlightened consciousness, inner peace, and connection to the planetary life force, Gaia. This spiritual interpretation liberates the myth from the burden of physical proof and harnesses its energy for personal and collective transformation. It suggests that the utopia we seek is not beneath the soil, but within the soul, and that the advanced technology we crave is the technology of consciousness itself. Furthermore, the Aghartan myth serves as a masterful narrative vessel for conspiracy thinking. It encapsulates the core conspiracy archetype, a perfectly organized, benevolent hidden authority. The Aghartan Council possesses world-changing truth, while a malicious, surface-world cabal, global elites, secret societies, works to suppress it. This framework provides a comprehensive, if fictional, explanation for the world's ills and a source of limitless hope. It promises that a day of disclosure will come, when the hidden guardians will emerge or their knowledge will be released, solving our crises and initiating a golden age. This narrative is psychologically satisfying because it replaces the terrifying chaos of a complex, indifferent universe with a story of intentional, though hidden, order and ultimate salvation. Therefore, the ultimate conclusion about the Aghartans is that they are real, but not in the way a geologist would recognize. They are real as a psychosocial and spiritual phenomenon. They are a living myth, an idea that has proven itself more durable and adaptable than any empire. They exist in the stories we tell to make sense of our fragility, in the hope we harbor for a wiser legacy from the past, and in the journeys we undertake to find meaning beyond the visible surface of our lives. The search for Agharta, whether pursued by explorers scanning ice sheets with radar or by meditative scanning the depths of their own awareness, is ultimately the same search. It is the human quest for a center, for a source, for a hidden wholeness in a seemingly fractured world. The legend assures us that such a center exists, whether we locate it in the Earth's core, in a collective unconscious, or in a future state of human evolution, is less important than the act of searching itself. The myth of Agharta, in the end, is not a puzzle to be solved, but a mirror to be gazed into. It shows us our deepest fears of alienation and destruction, and reflects back our most ardent hopes for harmony, wisdom, and a secret, enduring light in the dark. As long as humanity dreams of a better world, the shining cities of Agharta will continue to gleam in the hidden caverns of our imagination, inviting us ever onward, not just to explore the earth, but to complete ourselves. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. I love hearing from you. Check out more videos on the screen, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.